With the release of Cardi B's long-awaited sophomore album, I did expect some shade based on the title, but what I didn't expect was her to come swinging right away at some of these rap girls. Between her messy tracks and the Apple Music live release party, Cardi is proving that she might just be the drama. But first, welcome to the channel. Hey, hi, was Ann with it. I'm C, and I do rap and pop culture commentary. So if you're into that, subscribe and hit the like button. It's been a wild couple of weeks for Cardi B. Between her viral trial looks, revealing her pregnancy on CBS Mornings while kikiing with Gayle, and all the chatter around her boyfriend Stefan Diggs, she's been keeping all eyes on her every move. But me, I just want to see if the music was worth this 7-year wait. And based on these disses, it might just be. The Apple Music live listening party really sealed it for me. Cardi's rollout has been smart, sticking to platforms that supported her early, those that let her be herself, and linking up with people that she trusts. Anytime she's with Ebro, it feels like two old friends talking. I mean, he literally consoled her as she cried happy tears during the event. And then came the intimate listening party for her fans, who had the opportunity to text questions for Cardi to answer live. And that's when I knew that drama was coming. Ebro pulled two questions from a fan in the room. When have you been the drama? And what's the most problematic thing that someone texts you? Cardi really dodged the specifics, saying that old school Cardi from the hood was way wilder than she is now. But then she stepped off stage to gear up for her set, and that's when the smoke arrived. But soon enough, here came a performance of Magnet, which is giving Boss Man D-Lo trap realness. Very much script club, lemon pepper chicken wings, gunshot sounds on the track, butterfly tattoos on exotic dancer booty cheeks coated. Listen, can you tell I really like this song? At first I was vibing, but once I listened closely, I realized this was a diss record. And I know she ain't talking about who I think she is. In verse 1, she came for Ice Spice, calling her slow-faced and mocking her for claiming that she is taking spots. Cardi reminded her that her spot is forever like a Dalmatian before throwing in a line about Offset acting like her baby mama instead of her baby daddy. It's clear this verse is a direct clapback to Ice's Y2K era sneak disses, like on BB Belt, where she rapped about taking places and mocked girls for changing their faces. At some point, these two were cool, but as we know, things shifted. And now that we know that Ice Spice doesn't mind making amends with those she's beef with, it's safe to say that it's a shame she didn't do the same with Barty. Remember that Much remix that we never got because Cardi wasn't feeling it? Well, feeling her verse or catching the flow or something? Listen, I think a New York rap girl link up would have been real cute, but if it's smoke, just say that. Cardi had already warned us on Twitter last year that she'd get her lick back on every girl who dissed her, and clearly, she wasn't bluffing. Now, when it came to verse 2, at first I had to wonder, who is this hating ass, ungrateful ass fake friend that she speaks of? Then I thought about it. Maybe this is giving me the vibe of the City Girls, and more specifically, Carisha. Cardi clearly sees Carisha as the fake friend and JT as the tag-along. She clowns JT for being a wannabe fashion girl and then drags Uzi, saying that he and JT share bags, and hinting at some bedroom rumors. That joke about Uzi's sexuality is one that people constantly use on JT and him. They always make fun of their relationship. But something about Cardi's delivery here feels like she's pushing the agenda even harder. If you remember, Cardi B teamed up with the City Girls in 2018 for their hit Twerk. At the time, she was affiliated with QC through a management deal. JT had recorded her verse but couldn't appear in the music video since she was incarcerated, so Cardi and Young Miami linked up instead. That shoot gave us the viral flued out moment thanks to the twerk competition, and it gave the City Girls a hit song, especially during a time where Young Miami had to hold it down solo. And while Twerk marked a time where things were still good between the Miami-Dade besties, The City Girls didn't hold up for long, and by last year, tensions boiled over in a messy Twitter back and forth. To me, it felt less like best friends falling out and more like they were secretly each other's ops at one point. And it seems like Cardi is playing on their fallout in Magnet, along with her individual issues with each of them. Now, Cardi and JT have never really been shy about trading shots. Back in 2022, Cardi tweeted that JT was a lapdog, clapping back after JT congratulated Glorilla pre-beef on the FNF remix with Lotto and Her. Plus, showing love to all the women featured on Nicki's Super Freaky Girl Queen mix. At the time, Cardi's collaboration with Glorilla Tomorrow 2 was blowing up, so fans thought it was odd that JT didn't shout Cardi out directly. JT defended herself, saying that Cardi had already been racking up top 10 hits and she'd already congratulated her plenty of times over the years. But this was Glow's first. Of course, social media wasted no time joking that JT was avoiding Cardi's name because she didn't want to mess up her budding alliance with Nicki. After finally getting on her good side, right? Hoping to land a feature and getting acknowledged publicly. Back then, it seemed like the ladies tried to settle things in the DMs, with Cardi asking why JT kept tweeting about her instead of keeping it private. And Cardi didn't hold back, reminding JT that Twerk was doing better than most of their tracks as the City Girls because she was on it. Even showing a clip of Pete telling JT to rap like her in the studio, a hilarious comeback. I think what was funnier was Nicki Minaj posting memes, laughing, and Carisha coming in super late, tweeting that she had just woke up, but all she could do was LOL. See, this is exactly the frenemy energy that Cardi was talking about. And on Magnet, she clearly clocks them for it, reinforcing the narrative that they should be grateful she helped their careers with a hit like Twerk, and maybe they should stop being so fake. It seems that she stayed true to her promise that if she beef with you, she gonna beef forever. But the most shocking performance for me was Pretty and Petty. Cardi opened the track asking, "Name 5 Bia songs, gun to your head, you dead." And from there, I'm not gonna lie, she kind of torched her. She mocked her melatonin flow, her looks, even saying that she'd rather die on a surgery table than to look like her. And she mentioned those booking fees, claiming that promoters only call Bia when they can't afford Coi Leray. Now, that's cold. From calling her fake ghetto to asking why she be at Diddy house and saying it's been 2 years since she had a song do numbers, which was actually a whole lot of money. Cardi took it far. What makes it even heavier is their history. Bia had already called out Cardi's personal life in her music, even alluding to having an intimate tape of Cardi, and things escalated fast. Now, last year their beef kind of fizzled out, but it's clear that Cardi saved all her ammo for this very moment. It's something she discusses in her newest interview with The Breakfast Club, where she breaks down their entire fallout. Cardi constantly drops hints in the song and during the interview that Bia has spoken on her daughter culture in the past. Well, 2 of her kids actually. In Bia's Cardi diss track, "Sue Me," she says, "Thought your ass was for the culture, you just trying to ride the wave. You should be home with your kids, you speak like 2nd grade." And we all know how Cardi feel about them damn kids. Even in the interview, she discusses how she refuses to let her kids log on social media years from now and see how someone dissed them and their mom and hear that she did nothing to fight back for them. "Sue Me" was Bia's response to Cardi's verse on "Wanna Be" with Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion. You know, the one where Cardi called her boring, great value, and so much more. It was kind of like the peak of their beef. Tensions had escalated after Cardi dropped Like That freestyle, with fans claiming that Cardi was copying her. Now, both songs sample Missy Elliott's "She's a Bitch," but the accusations persisted. And to add fuel, Bia also pointed out the similarities between her Fallback and Cardi's Enough. Now, what I really do have to wonder is, are these disses really that crazy? Are they really going that hard? Or have we simply not heard from Cardi in a long time and we don't have any beef going on? While talking to Charlamagne the God and Lauren La Rosa, that's something that Cardi mentioned. Everyone was beefing, and as a result of that, some people were ready to jump on the bandwagon and beef with any and everyone. But in this case, at least Cardi is finishing it and not starting it. Now, here's what I respect. Cardi didn't waste any of these songs as singles. She saved the real diss tracks for the album, which locks into the theme of Am I the Drama perfectly. She's leaning all the way into the competition and the controversy, two things that female rap kinda hasn't had enough of lately. For a minute, I thought the girls was getting soft. The hell? Now, don't get me wrong, I love women's empowerment and making a statement, but rap music is about competition and, dare I say, drama. Meanwhile, where do the other girls stand? Ice Spice is teaming up with Lotto after an underwhelming debut. Young Miami hasn't really dropped anything solo. Seems like she's been shelved, and JT is trying to find her lane post City Girls and City Cinderella. Now, Bia's debut album finally arrives in October, so Cardi's timing is perfect. She struck while most of them are either quiet or rebuilding, doing some new music. But the real question is, will any of them respond? Bia might because she's in album mode, but Ice Spice and either of the now defunct City Girls, I don't see it. I don't see them quickly hopping in a booth to fire back. So what do you think? Do you like Magnet and Pretty and Petty, whether this is too far, a bit weak, or exactly what female rap needed? And how are you feeling about Am I the Drama so far? I have yet to listen to the full album, just these songs, which further shows that Cardi knows how to make herself the center of conversation by pushing these tracks to the forefront. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.